Hello there. So, Justice League Snyder Cut. Is it Schneider? Snyder? It's Snyder, right? Not Schneider. Anyway, so the Snyder Cut is coming out in like a few days. So, I took the opportunity to do another on the set for the other Justice League. The Justice League, I guess, as people are calling it now. And it wasn't a bad movie, but like I say every other time, DC is just trying like hell to do what Marvel did with the MCU, and they just can't. It's not good, like at all. I mean, some movies are good. The standalone movies are good. So Wonder Woman 1984, Shazam, Green Lantern, even though everybody hates that movie, was pretty good. So fuck you. And you know what? Even Batman vs Superman was okay. Man of Steel, no, because I hate Superman. He's stupid. Justice League was but it could have been better. Like, I guess Zack Snyder got fired from it or something initially. So a lot of the stuff he wanted to do just got scrapped, and then Joss Whedon's like, fuck it. And if you actually pay attention to the movie, it's pretty much shot for shot the Avengers. And that's even been proven on like multiple YouTube videos by people, so it's basically the same fucking movie. With that being said, let's get into it. So the movie starts off sometime after the events of Batman vs Superman. Superman's dead. They have this memorial thing built to him, or whatever. No one seems to wonder, wait, Clark Kent and Superman died on the same day, and now they're both not around, and blah, blah, blah. Not to mention, they look kind of similar. No one still figured that shit out yet, so that's baffling. Anyway, Batman and Wonder Woman are still trying to recruit this team. Batman's in Gotham, and he's getting attacked by parademons that come out of this fucking wormhole. I'm not going to call it a boom tube, because that sounds fucking ridiculous, but that's what Darkseid calls it, boom tubes. So, anyway, they came out of this wormhole, and, like, he's fighting all of these, like, parademons, and, like, this one random criminal's like, oh, shit, what's that about? And he's like, I don't know. And then he goes on to go recruit Aquaman, and I think he's, like, in Maine or something somewhere, and he pretty much shows up over there, and is just, like, really open about being Batman. He's like, yeah, man, we're making this team, blah, 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 and I know you talk to Fish, and he's like, oh, you go around dressed up like a bat? And he's saying it like loud as fuck. So like all these townspeople can hear that Bruce Wayne is Batman. I don't know if they give a fuck, but that's what's happening. So anyway, he declines it and just like swims away. And then, yeah. Meanwhile, Wonder Woman is trying to get Cyborg on board with this. And they don't explain Cyborg's like origin or history or whatever. I mean, they briefly showed it in, like, Batman vs. Superman, where, like, his dad's rebuilding him with the mother box, but they don't explain how he got that way. I think he mentions, like, an explosion or something, like, in passing, but that's it. But he thinks he's, like, a freak of nature, and his dad's trying to, like, keep him in the house because, like, nobody wants to see him, or something like that. I don't remember if the dad's trying to keep him there, or if he's trying to stay there. Either way, he's, like, reclusive because he's, like, I don't know. Doesn't want to be out in the world. Anyway, so she talks to him and tries to get him on board, but he's also like, at first, and it's not really feeling it. So then Bruce Wayne goes to Barry Allen and just like, hey man, Bruce Wayne, I'm Batman, what's up? Like, it's just nothing. Like, he's so nonchalant about it. But the Flash, I guess, they made him like a young kid in this one, kind of like a Tom Holland Spider-Man situation. So he's like all about it. He's like, fuck yeah, fight crime, yeah. But he's never been in a fight before. He's like brand new to being the Flash, which I guess I'll explain that in the Flash movie, which is coming out soon. But anyway, and like I said, Joss Whedon left like 90% of like all the description out, so these scenes are just all jumbled together, and there's no, like, making sense of it. It's kind of like a fucking Tarantino film, in a way. But, okay, so back to it. Batman gets Flash on board, Wonder Woman eventually gets Cyborg, and then, so they go to fight, this bad guy. So Steppenwolf shows up, and Steppenwolf is after these 3 mother boxes. So There's these three mother boxes, and obviously one's on Earth because Cyborg gets made from it. But um, back in like ancient times or whatever, there was this huge war because he tried to come back and like find them then. So like back in like the day, Steppenwolf came to Earth and was looking for the mother boxes because you have to like put all three of them together, and then it brings like Darkseid to Earth or some shit. Like I don't know. Anyway, so he's here now and he's looking for the mother boxes again, and he's pretty much like Darkseid's like bitch, but they don't mention Darkseid at all. They're just like, oh, Steppenwolf's the main bad guy. So that was stupid already. One box is in Themyscira with the Amazons. He easily like fucking manhandles them and takes that. The other box is in Atlantis, and we go down there briefly and meet Mera, which it's fucking Johnny Depp's stupid bitch ass ex-wife. And just to clear that up, she's not getting replaced by Emilia Clarke. That's not a thing. She's still there. So anyway, he like fucks up Atlantis and then takes that mother box. So now all that's left is the one on Earth. So anyway, the four of them fight Steppenwolf and get their asses handed to them. But Aquaman shows up and tries to help, but it's still not good enough. So then they're trying to like regroup and trying to figure out how to fight him. And despite Wonder Woman being like, fuck no, Batman's idea is to resurrect Superman using the mother box and the Kryptonian ship. And they're all pretty much just like, alright, yeah. But Diana's like, no. And the Flash, like, the whole time is, like, joking that he's gonna come back, like, Pet Cemetery style and be, like, a fucking, like, a monster or a zombie or something. And that's kind of true. I mean, they kind of kept to the comics on that. He's, like, evil Superman at first. I mean, they didn't give him the black suit like they're supposed to. But, I don't know. He's just, like, all CG'd up and shit, so that's a thing. That's the one thing also I hated about this movie is he was like filming Mission Impossible, I think, at the time, and his character in that movie had like a beard or a mustache, and contractually he couldn't shave, so Joss Whedon just had them like CG his fucking chin, and it looked horrible, and that's still like a standing issue. So anyway, they meet up with Superman at this monument, and they're trying to, like, reason with him and be like, hey man, we're good, and we got a situation here with this fucking dude in these boxes, but he's just not having it, and he's just, like, fucking them all up, and he damn near kills Batman, but then Batman has a contingency plan to bring Lois there, so he sees Lois and then comes to his senses, and then spends, like, a good third of the movie just on his parents' farm, just fucking around. And, like, for whatever reason, like, they start to, like, follow this one family in, like, Russia, or, it almost looks like Sokovia or something, I don't know, it's somewhere, but, like, Joss Whedon really focuses on this fucking family for no good reason, and it does not pertain to anything at all. Somehow or another, he gets the third fucking mother box, and then leads them all into, like, this main battle at the end, where they all have to band together, blah blah blah, to fight Steppenwolf. When you unite these three mother boxes, it starts to like terraform the Earth into like this weird like fucking Darkseid type planet, and I don't know. It makes it look all like hell, I guess. So it starts to do that, and then they fight Steppenwolf, and then right when they're about to lose, Superman shows up and just whoops his ass like easily, and then tear the mother boxes apart. And I guess they all go back to, like, their separate hiding areas around, the universe or whatever. And that's that. So, this whole nightmare scenario that the Flash, like, pre-warns Batman about in the previous movie doesn't happen. And that stupid fucking Russian family gets saved by the Flash, because he's not really in the fight at all. He just kind of focuses on saving that family. Like, that's his, like, contribution to everything. Batman's in, like, the burnt down Wayne Manor, which they don't explain that either. And I know for a fact that it's the Joker that burned it down. He's unveiling, like, this table and chairs, and he's, like, pretty much making it, like, the Hall of Justice. And he's gonna be like, oh yeah, we're gonna be the Justice League, and they're alluding to, like, having more films, and I'm pretty sure they already knew that that was not gonna happen. So they're really just wasting their time. Oh, and then there's an end credit scene where Deathstroke meets up with Lex Luthor on his yacht, and he just mysteriously gets out of prison somehow. And they're talking about forming the Legion of Doom, which also never happens. The Snyder Cut is going to be everything this movie was supposed to be. So Zack Snyder's back, and now he's going to do his version of his own movie, which sounds crazy. Superman, same thing happens. He comes back from the dead, but he has the black suit on. Has a whole bunch of Cyborg's origin as Victor Stone getting like blown up and then put back together with the mother box. We know there's a lot of fuckery going on with Jared Leto as the Joker and Suicide Squad, and everybody really wanted to, see him again. So he's back, but this time he's got like long hair and he looks a lot crazier. And we actually get Darkseid like we were supposed to. And also, they're going to explore a lot more of the Nightmare scenario. So, if they were to make a sequel to this one, it's going to be like the Nightmare timeline. So that's about it. That was the Justice League. A real shit show, to be honest. It was not good. No fan service at all. It's almost like he just jumped ship from Marvel and was like, I'm just gonna wipe my ass with this movie. Cool, bro. Alright, guys. I'll see you on the Snyder Cut. Bye.